Hey guys, welcome back to the Pine Box Perspective. So today I want to do a video on water bottle survival kits. I've been wanting to do one of these for a while, but I've been waiting on a particular piece of gear to get that figured out to make it work for everything, for me and for everybody else, okay? And so what I got here is what is it called? The Spanker. I don't know, I couldn't say it with a straight face. Excellent Elite Spanker. I don't know if Spanker is a series name. I couldn't really figure it out on the website, but anyway, I think it's a Chinese company, not really sure, but anyway, you'll see different variations of this. This was $15 on Amazon, and I gotta say it looks like it's made pretty well. Okay, the reason that I wanted this is one key feature is your MOLLE attachment. Okay, so you can weave this in and out of the MOLLE that's on this. Okay, so you could make it to fit your belt so that it's not moving up and down. You could use this on just your belt. You could leave this on a car. If you happen to need it, grab it, throw it on your belt and go. It works better, I think, on packs that are just set up for hydration bladders, you know, ones that don't have external water bottle holders. You guys who've seen my channel know that's a kind of a pet peeve of mine. So this is a good way to add that on there without having, say, one of these. The heavier, this is a Maxpedition. Condor makes them. Everybody makes them. You know, I don't like the way these attach. I've mentioned it several times. You got to use the tack ties, or however they may be different on other ones. I don't know. This one just, like, if I was going to carry this in my hand like a thermos, like I've said, you know. But if you want to put this inside your pack, it takes up a lot of room. It takes up a heck of a lot of room on the outside of your pack. Makes your pack really wide and cumbersome, and I just didn't like that. So I found this, you know, it's completely skeletonized, so you're not taking up a lot of room inside or outside your pack. I mean, there's nothing to it. Now, it has this ripcord on top of the little tab here, and this is all made out of decent nylon. Like I said, for 15 bucks, man, it looks really well made. It's got, you know, the snap on it, which I mentioned. I really like that. And you can carry this in your hand. You can really do whatever you want with it. It's fully adjustable, and that's the cool thing too. So it's got this Velcro that goes around, and you make it fit whatever you want to fit. So see, I've got my nesting cup here, okay, and it actually is the perfect height to keep the little swing out handles pulled back. Okay, now standard Nalgene bottles work on it. Your larger clean canteen, the 64 ounce, it will fit in here too, okay? And this ripcord, you can actually untie the knot if you're going to use it for one specific type of bottle, and it's doubled over and tied. You could actually loosen it if you wanted to. You could make it tighter. It just depends on where you put the knot, okay? Let you get a good look at that. That's all there is to this. So, you know, you set your container down in there, and then you pull one side around it, and then you just pull the Velcro around to fit, and it holds really well. Now, one Tigris, however you say that, they had a pretty slim water bottle holder that I was looking at, but the bottom of it was mesh. I don't really like mesh. Some of the Maxpedition stuff out there has mesh on it. I don't really like the mesh, but I mean, it's fine, I guess. Now, this right here is just simple, okay? It's like a jock strap or something. But, so you can put your nesting cup on your bottle and put it down in here, and you can have like your full kitchen, your mess kit, you know. And it will also fit these, your military surplus sets, if you don't want to. These things can be kind of tight, and they don't really have a good option for, you know, putting it on your belt. They have those clips you can put it on the old military belts. Sometimes those are loose, sometimes they corrode and they get really tight. But they're not really meant to move around much. I put these carabiners on there so I could rig it up in different ways or put it on a belt. But I think this is just a completely better option. So with this, you know, you've got your plastic bottle, you've got your aluminum cup with the bat wings for handles, and you've got your little stove. Okay. And all of this will fit inside here. And you could also use this thing on, you know, say if you grabbed a bottle of Dasani, you know, you could even get the 1 liter. You could put it around a 20-ounce drink bottle. Okay, so any pretty much any type of bottle. If you wanted to carry a smaller one with you and keep it empty and put a few essentials in that, you know, I've seen the like 16-ounce stainless steel bottles and things like that. But anyway, it fits in there. So now you've got your stove and your cup and your bottle, if you want to go that route. Okay. Now, one more thing I wanted to add to that was, if you say you want to do like a little bush pot kit, yeah, I know Dave Canterbury's, you know, Pathfinder stuff, they've got the full thing with you know, your bottle, your fish mouth spreader for swinging it. It's got the, you know, your basically your cup or pot with the lid on it. If you have one of the old Stanley 2-cup sets, the newer ones are bigger, but one of the original ones, the lid to that set, it's got the little tab on it and the ports in it. It will fit this. It's not as good as the as it fits on the Stanley set, but it does fit pretty well in here. It doesn't hardly move around at all. If you want to have a lid with that, okay. Now you're probably thinking, you know, if I put that on there, it's going to slide right out the bottom of that. Well, you're right. So, a little trick I came up with here. You may have seen me do this before. Just cram everything down in a sock, okay. And yeah, you know, if you're out in the rain, the sock's going to get wet, but if nothing else, you could wring the sock out into this cup and drink the water. Probably wouldn't be very much, but it'd be better than nothing. So anyway, just shove all this stuff down in here. And the bottle in next. You could even get a thicker sock and collect more water if you wanted to. Okay, and then that'll keep your lid from sliding out the bottom if you wanted to do a lid on that. And let's get this up here. All right, and flip your ripcord. Now you've got a sock bottle. So now, one of the reasons that I was thinking this would be really handy is for someone who doesn't really, you don't want to do an EDC bag, you're not worried about it, okay, but you still like to get out and do things. You like to go fishing, hiking, what have you. So you could keep this in your car, all right? And if you're going to get a bottle to keep in your car for emergencies or what have you, and you're not going to be carried around, it may be a little extra weight, but get a single walled stainless steel. Like this is the Clean Canteen. Nalgene makes a thicker one. Pathfinder's got, you know, different variations too. And I like the standard size. I've got the larger 64-ounce, but I just like this one. This is a 40-ounce here. And then your regular Nalgene bottles are 32. So, and of course, you could have that nesting cup with a plastic bottle, whatever you want to do. But anyway, I thought this was a really good idea. There's a ton of these videos out there, you know. But my last video did the 1-pound survival pack to kind of go in your pocket or hang on your belt. The only problem with that is you don't really have a good option for carrying and transporting water, collecting water. I mean, I had a Ziploc bag in there. A lot of you guys told me try turkey oven bags. I'm going to do that too. I thought that was a pretty good idea. So let's see what we've got crammed in here. And before I do that, there's 3 items that I meant to put in here and forgot and just kind of walked out the door. A tea candle, so you could use that if you're stuck somewhere. It'll give you a little bit of light, and it's a good way to keep a flame going. And then the Victorinox hiker. It's a pretty good knife here. It's got, you know, plenty of different tools on it and things. You can put small granola bars down in here, just something, some kind of Slim Jims, you know, something to give you a little bit of food in your stomach there. And then my red bandana. I actually went to the dollar store yesterday looking for like a high-vis color, maybe an orange or pink or something like that. Because I was thinking if, say you're in West Virginia in fall and you're trying to get, you're hurt or something, and you're trying to get someone to see you, and you're waving around a red bandana and there's red leaves or orange or whatever. So pink, unless you're trapped in like a rose bush or something, somebody's probably going to see that. So that might be a better option, but it's up to you. I've got this red one for now. And when you pack these things, make sure that you do it so that you can get everything out, because you don't want to, you'll have to jumble it around sometimes. I've got a headlamp in here. I always say if I can only have one kind of light and I can have a headlamp, then that's what I'm going to have. And along with that, when you buy batteries in bulk, say from Amazon, they come in a box, then they come in another box, and then they come in these little tiny boxes here. So there's 4 AAAs in there. My headlight takes 3, so that'll fit down in there too. Now, a lot of this stuff in here is just loose, but I want to show you. Basically what I did was I took I don't know if you guys are familiar with Skinny Medic, his YouTube channel. He owns a business called Medical Gear Outfitters, and you can order different things from there. Actually order some, like, you know, you can get the single burn creams and stuff like that. I think you can get 6 of them for like $1 or $2. So if you've got already got a med kit, you just want to add a couple pieces instead of buying the whole thing, just order from him. Pretty good company. They'll ship out as soon as they can. I haven't had any issues. But anyway, I'll drop a link to that, Medical Gear Outfitters. So now I've got a Ziploc bag in here. Okay, now the main reason I had this in there is so if you decide, man, I need this water bottle, I've got water in it, well, you've got something to put all this stuff in and stick it in your pocket or what have you. So you wouldn't want to just have all this stuff jumbled up in your pockets. That's easy enough to put in there. I got a ferro rod in here, and typically, if I can, I like to have 3 methods of fire, or starting a fire. So a little 10-foot length of paracord. You guys, you know, you're going to personalize these however you want to. I really like this K-Bar Sport. Okay, it's got, you pull it apart and it's got the little polymer steak knife in there. Okay, these work pretty well. The reason I like this is because if you've got, say, if you've got one of the taller nesting cups that go halfway or so or further up the bottle, it's kind of hard to eat something out of a really deep thing with one of those little what is it, UST, or what are the little sports with the multi-tool stuff on it, you just barely get 2 fingers on. I really like this one, and it fits in here well. So you basically got a full-size utensil there. I've got some of these electrolyte packets. So one packet will do 16.9. Really, it doesn't matter however you want to do it. If you want to make it strong, use less water. 2 of these would do this bottle here just fine. Replenish your electrolytes. You might need that if you got something going on. And guys, this little setup here, like, you could add different things to it. You guys like your Silcock keys. I think one will fit down in here. I didn't check. I didn't add one to this one, but if, you know, in an urban environment, say, you know, you got something going on out there, you're not necessarily in the woods, you're in a city, you want to make a break for it for whatever reason, car breaks down somewhere on a long highway, then you've got an option for that. Now, in here, this is my favorite tinder. You know, I've used tinder tabs, Vaseline and cotton balls, all that stuff's great. But if you can process down, get yourself some fat wood, go out in the woods, find it, and process it down till you got these little sticks about 1/4 inch. Okay, this stuff's awesome because I'll show you. You can basically light it like a candle, and it'll burn a good long time. Okay, the wind's blowing, but you can see, if I keep the wind off of it, it burns really good. Okay, and like I said, it'll keep burning. You can put your other tinder on there, and that's just a really good option to have. So I've got about 6 or 8 of those in a little Ziploc bag. If you do that, even if your Vaseline and cotton balls and stuff like that, sometimes if you got Vaseline and it's really soaked on your cotton ball and you got it in one of these Ziploc bags, you might want to double bag it. Sometimes the oils and stuff can work through these plastic bags, especially if you got a thinner one, a cheaper one. So, but this does have pine sap in it, obviously. So I didn't want that kind of messing around in my water bottle, so I just individually packaged these. So anyway, got stormproof matches, got a Bic lighter in here, and I've got a ferro rod. So, you know, they say 2 is 1, 1 is none, but on some things I like to have 3 options if I can. So there's that. Some more of that. Let's see, here's my whistle. Okay, so I want to get someone's attention. One thing I wanted to put in here was a signal mirror. The one I have would not fit through the mouth. So I'm going to have to find a smaller one for that. And I've got one of these cheap Mylar blankets, and I've got a rubber band around it, and I did it long ways because if I do it the other way it wouldn't fit in there. The rubber band was catching, so this way I can kind of squeeze it and push it down in there and you can get it out. So all right, now this medical stuff, we'll go through that real quick. So you got for $10, like I said, from Medical Gear Outfitters, you get a pretty extensive little boo-boo kit here. And if you want to add a tourniquet or whatever, if you can slide one of those in there, guys, do what you want to do. The Providone iodine pads, you got your sterile alcohol pads, sting and bite pads, okay, and we've got some hydrocortisone cream, first aid burn cream, triple antibiotic ointment, some ibuprofen, some non-aspirin, some aspirin, and Difen for allergies and symptoms thereof, and some of your basically Bactine ointment, zinc ointment. Now butterfly sutures, wound closures, and you got your H-shaped bandages for joints and things, regular band-aids. So there's at least 2 of all this stuff that comes in this. So for $10, I mean, you can't beat it. If you don't want to buy a bunch of different boxes of Band-Aids and things and piece your own together, I typically do because I make a lot of these. I put them in the cars and in the house and everything, different packs and stuff. If you don't want to do that, guys, go to Medical Gear Outfitters and just pick out whatever suits you. Like I said, this boo-boo kit was $10. You know, throw it in the glove box if you got kids. So, and anyway, a bunch of different Band-Aids and stuff. And then I added some water purification tablets. I put those in everything. So these are the Aqua Tabs. 1 tablet to a liter. So, you know, probably I would just do 1 to this probably, unless the water was really bad. But all right, now had to do some organization real quick. So this entire kit here, bottle and cup and everything, you know, it comes in around £1 pound, maybe a little bit more. I don't think it's quite 2 pounds. It's really actually pretty light. So if you want to put that on a belt, especially if you got a pretty good belt, 511 training belts with the Velcro on them, I love them. I've got a thick leather belt I wear a lot of times, but I usually alternate between those 2. That way your pants ain't gonna be falling down. You can carry the stuff around with you. So like I said, you know, keep this in the car. Heck, keep it in a bag, on the outside of a bag, whatever you want to do, it'll always be there. So if you've got this on the outside of your pack, you've got more room for other things like clothing, food, whatever, you know, you want to do on that. One thing that I do like about it is I can attach it to my Octaversa pack. And guys, I'm going to do another video on this one because I've been carrying this for at least a year now exclusively. I was really wanting to try this thing out. I'm a big fan of having a small backpack, but I've learned that, and one of the reasons why I'm focusing on these smaller kits right now is because the more handy something is, the more likely somebody is to have it with them. So it's like when you get a pistol and you want to carry it inside your belt, but you also want to put an optic and a flashlight and all that stuff on it and carry, you know, 6 different magazines with you. It's not really all that practical most of the time. So anything that's more handy is what you're going to grab. So I've been using this, and I just don't have a way to carry water on it. Well, now I do. I could just put this thing on there and leave it, and if something happens, possibly I could hop into a store, like I said, and get a bottle of Dasani or anything really. This thing will fit Gatorade bottles. You can do whatever you want with it. And I could just attach it anywhere on here. And with this kit, I could just stick this, you know, on the side of the Octaversa pack here and leave it. And I just carry it in and out of the work truck and in and out of my truck and use it if I need it. And if I don't, then typically I'll have a 1 gallon Coleman water bottle with the drinking spout, and I use that at work. It holds ice and stuff, but I wouldn't want to have to carry that home if I had to walk home for whatever reason. So I could just fill this bottle up from my large one and take my gear and leave if I had to, leave everything sitting. So, all right, guys. Hope you like this video, and like I said, there's a couple of things that I would have put in this bottle that either wouldn't fit. One thing I wanted to add too is, you know, if you can work it out to get a small fixed blade knife, this one's about 7 inches fully open. I really like this knife. So you can throw a Mora in here. You can get, you know, those are fairly cheap. Something you're not gonna be messing with all the time. Like if you're gonna leave this water bottle and not touch it, then, you know, that'd be a good route for that. So, all right, guys, I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. And we recently hit 2,000 subscribers and climbing. So guys, I really appreciate it. And also I'm still waiting on those shirts, so I'll let you know, what's up with that as soon as I find something out, guys. All right, thanks.